So this is another one that I'm asked often. How you set your client budgets or whatever, how do you get clients on board? A client has to come to you for your skills and services, and there's obviously a cost to those services. I think a lot of people have the misconception that SEO is free and it's time based or whatever. I once had a client who said to me, how many man hours goes into my campaign for the monthly retainer I'm paying you? And I'm like, it's not man hours you're paying for. Like, you've got costs for content, costs for links, potential costs for logos, graphics, infographics, and anything else that is going to cost you to kind of rank well. And this is something that I've struggled to understand, where agencies and the like have set packages, because a client just can't be assigned to a set package. What I would say to anyone who says, well, how do you set client budgets, is find out what the client's got and then tell them best how to spend it. So if a client, for example, has £10,000, you may say, we need £2,000 for a link budget, we're going to hit it with £1,500 worth of content every month. We are then going to do some PR work that costs X, Y, and Z, some infographic stuff, some social media stuff, whatever it may be, because SEO is one of those things that can be manipulated by click-through rate and things like that, and that's where paid social may come into play. It's really up to you to, with a bigger budget, you can do a hell of a lot more than you can with, say, 500 quid. And obviously people don't understand that you've got to pay for outreach or pay for link costs or pay for Pitchbox to do your outreach or Mailshake or whatever it may be. So it's not a case of, a client come to you saying, how much does SEO cost? It's how much do you have, and we can tell you then best how to spend it. That's how I would set client budgets. By all means, you can get a client on board and tell them that if they pay £500 a month, as a starting point, it will get X, Y, and Z. If they spent £1,000, then they would get double, the amount of effort, and things might happen a bit quicker. More keywords will pull through a lot quicker because you've got more budget for content and the likes. So how do you set client budgets is really an impossible question to ask. There is no real rhyme or reason. When I was doing it, when I had an agency myself, it was trying to gauge how much a client thought SEO should cost and how much they would have to spend, and then get in from there and explaining what we could do for that budget. In a lot of cases, it was clients coming in with budgets a lot smaller than what their competition and whatnot were paying, and you have to kind of fit into that campaign accordingly. As I say, the more you've got to spend, the bigger return on investment you're likely to get. If you've got a low budget, then it's just going to be a bunch of long tail keywords and some citations and some local SEO. So it's not up to us to set client budgets, it's up to us to tell the client how best to spend the money. That's my opinion on it. And I found the whole dealing with clients and budgets and everything else quite frustrating because of that, because clients, and no matter whether it's just SEO clients or whatever, we all want the best value for money, and we always go into things, for example, I was getting my decking done in my back garden, and we bought the decking from B&Q, which is a kind of place where you buy this thing, the decking in the UK, and so we bought this whole big bunch of decking. We got the guy round, and what we didn't realise is there was an underlying issue, that there had to be a structure to the decking, and it had to be all levelled off and stuff. So my wife came home the next day, and the guy had built the structure, levelled it all out. The garden was a mess, to be quite frank, and so she came back, and it was like two lengths of the actual decking laid by the time the guy went home that night. And the wife came home and went, "Is that all he's done?" And it's pure naivety on our part, because we didn't understand what goes on with building a deck, and you don't think about what's under there and the structure and everything else. You just think it's bits of wood and they're slammed down and off you pop. So client expectations and people's expectations are outrageous at times, and I think that's something you need to educate your clients a lot and tell them what they can get. Give them, by all means, give them some kind of package options and stuff. But for me, it's about finding out all your costs, finding out what the client's budget is, and then tally that up with your costs, and then obviously you've got to make profit as a company, and you've got overheads and staff and all that kind of stuff to pay, and figure out the budgets from there. There is no right or wrong answer to this question, but it is something that I do get asked a lot, and it's still one of those ones. The answer is always it depends, and I hate giving an answer where it says it depends, but for the reasons I just explained, that's how hard it is to set client budgets. So do consider what you're doing, what your costs are. With a lot of agencies, I think a lot of the client's money is not going into the cost of content, links, infographics, outreach, tools or anything like that. I think a lot of the money's actually going into directors' back pockets, and that's where SEO gets a bad name, because the budget's not been spent accordingly. So I think agencies and I'm not saying that for every agency. I know there's a lot of good agencies out there doing a lot of good work, but the good agencies charge accordingly and provide results. But there is a lot of agencies out there who are just charging willy-nilly, crazy packages, and those packages, quite frankly, would be lucky to buy you 5 links, let alone anything else. So so be careful when you're setting client budgets. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Make sure you're charging for everything you need to be charging for to be able to provide good results.